Welcome to Pull a Pin Already. Welcome to Pull a Pin Already, a place where average renters come share their opinions about the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
I promise you, I'm going to give them to you anyway.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Nate. Let's pull the pin already.
Did you want to do the intro, dude? You should have told me.
Did you get it?
Gnats. No, these gnats are so fast. And it's usually just one little net that just annoys the crap out of you. So anyways, yeah. So welcome back, Nate. Shout out to our usual Johnny and Christine. And I did email a buddy that my other friend had met online playing some Xbox. And he hasn't replied yet, so I guess he's not interested or busy. Life gets busy. We know this, right? You've been busy, Nate?
Every day.
You going on vacation again anytime soon?
Yep.
Okay. So let me tell you before we get started. What? You got
this week, as a matter of fact. So that's what we're doing now.
So let me tell you before we get started, man. I am convinced that it's not just South. It's just, look, I think the quality, I think idiocracy is actually coming true, really, is what I think.
We haven't even started a headline yet. What are you talking about?
Well, I want to share this little...
It's a precursor to our show today.
No. I just wanted to share this little experience I had with the cable company, which I'm not going to say. Now, I have cable already, but I was told that there's a better one. And I said, all right, let me do the install, whatever. Dang, I'm still carrying this cough. Maybe you got to do the cable stuff. But
excuse him, everybody. Excuse him. So I have this cable company I have, and I heard there's a better one out there. I'm not going to name names, but there he is.
That was a piece of phlegm that was like stuck to the wall. See how red I am? Dude, I can cough sometimes and almost pass out because it won't come up.
Okay, we're talking about cable companies. Move on.
Oh, the cable company. So I said, I decided to give this cable company an install, right? I said, okay, you can install, right? So the guys show up to my house when I'm not even here. They run a line, fiber line, glass line, up my property, around some building in my property, and they just lay it on the grass, right? Mm. And I happen to show up when they're leaving, and he's like, yeah, we just put the box in the wall. We'll leave it here. Try not to mow the grass over it. Somebody will come back to bury it, right? Okay, this was like Friday or something. My install was set for Monday, right? So the install guy shows up. The line's not buried. And then we go into the back, and he's like, it's not even activated. Apparently, there's no room to splice it in the box out there. So they need a service call like that. And then I'm asking him, I'm like, why did you hang the box over here when my old one was over there? Like on the wall where all my network stuff is? Like, why would you do that? Like, why? The incompetence, dude, from everything involved there, it just blew my mind, dude. Like, from one, the installer, I get it. Oh, they teach you to install it here next to this, that. But look to your left, there's the other internet. Where do you think this person's going to drill in and put my damn cable at? Right there. Why the hell would you drill another hole over here? So right there, they could have installed it. But the part that really blew my mind is this guy literally showed up for an install when he knew it wasn't in the ground. The box wasn't ready. He had nothing to install.
Oh, I bet you he didn't know anything.
Oh, he said from the notes he knew there was going to be a problem.
Oh.
Anyway.
Well, the line don't have to be in the ground for an install.
No, he said that as well.
Yeah. They usually bury them after the install's done.
Right, but there's no signal coming through because they can't hook it up to the net.
Which I've never seen until this cable company we have. I'm like, really? You guys just come and lay wires down and then someone else comes to install and then someone comes else and bury it? How many jobs do you need? You can't have one person do all three jobs?
Hey, Biden created those jobs by giving a whole bunch of money to cable companies. All
right, so joke. Anyways, let's move on.
So let's talk about some headlines. That's what we're here to do, and we're going to talk about it from our perspective, whether we read the article or not. And why is our perspective important, Nate?
Oh, I was mentioning we really know everything.
Yes, so let's move on to headlines since I took up most of the show.
Here we go. There it goes.
Ukraine rejects Putin's peace deal terms.
Oh, you're kidding me, right? Has Ukraine given Putin any peace deal terms, and has he accepted them? I mean,
bingo. See, that's why I like Nate. Sometimes you're on the ball more than I even thought. No offense. But my point being is, Putin put a peace deal on the table. He put one on the table. Like that's huge, right? Because he could bury your ass if it wasn't for us interfering. But he put something on the table, and you now reject it. Now I don't know the terms. Maybe it's worth rejecting. Maybe it was ludicrous. But you want the war to stop or not?
It's kind of like most of our bills that they come up with in House and Senate, or get
Exactly.
rejected because they're not good bills.
Right. Exactly. So I mean, again, like I said, I'm not saying it's not rejectable, but I'm just saying, like at the end of the day, throw a counter?
Yeah, how active is this war
Where's the
anymore
counter?
anyway? Do you know how active this war is anymore?
Dude, I understood that Putin doesn't have ships, and he's using submarines now because his navy was destroyed or something.
So why would Ukraine need to accept the deal if they're already?
Maybe that's why they didn't accept it. Maybe they think the war's already won.
Here's a peace deal. Don't shoot any more of our submarines, and we could be friends.
Right? Well, look, dude, the more I learn about this whole battle and fight, the more I see how much our government is corrupted and taking our money and helping Ukraine. The more I know, I'm not opposed. Like, I don't like Putin, but I'm not opposed to Russia's position. I'm just not. I'm not going
Yeah.
to say I'm supporting it. I'm just not opposed to it because they had terms on the table with the United States about NATO, and we violated them twice. They had terms. The whole pipeline thing. They're trying to strangle and cut off Russia from survival. What country wouldn't fight back?
Yeah, true.
You did it to us. We'll do it. We'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, look at us. A building goes down, a couple buildings, and we go to war. You know what I mean? Now, if you cut off our supply or our sales of oil, taking all the money out of our economy and starving our people, you'd go to war too.
Well, they did it on the East Coast 3 years ago. They cut off the pipeline somehow. Remember, they hacked it, and
Yeah.
we didn't go to war.
No, well, not in our country,
No,
and it didn't stop our whole country. We just opened up a different pipeline.
Stop the whole East Coast, which is basically where the country runs from. I guess Jim decided he didn't want to be part of this program anymore.
Oh,
And he came back.
oh, was that me that went out?
That was you. Oh, on my end, on my end, that was you that went out.
Oh, well, of course, on my end, you went out. So who knows? The recording will show, though. Anyways,
Yeah, we'll see
good
what
on you.
what Russia's doing to us.
At least Putin is trying to strike a deal. So good on you. Well, the government might have cut me off. Russia might have cut you off. So
Well, we're gonna
depends
move
who's
headlines
hacking.
in. We don't want to get
Yeah.
cut too much.
Depends who's hacking at the time. All right. Far left rep Cori Bush claimed her faith healing helped a sick toddler walk, healed a woman's tumors.
Well, good for her.
Look, I'm a Christian, dude. Even though you may not believe it, I'm a Christian. And I do believe in miracles. I just find it really hard from
Yeah.
people like this.
But you believe in the miracle on ice. That's the miracles you believe in, not.
Yes, and either I went out or you went out because you're mid sentence
Uh-oh.
again.
Yeah, the government's hacking us.
And Kate, oh, you back? There you go.
Government's hacking us. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know who's going or who's not, but
I said a miracle you believe in is the miracle on ice. That's the miracle you believe in.
Oh, speaking of, dude, I totally forgot to tell you this too. I wanted to talk about this because you're like super like sportsy guy. Did you watch the football UFL championship?
No.
No, you didn't watch that. You're not interested in that?
No.
Oh, I thought it was pretty cool.
I don't think I've watched one UFL game.
Oh yeah, I like it. I think it's a great substitute for the NFL. I think it's a little more brutal.
It's like, can you
violent?
compare it to like the D League to the NFL? Like some of those players could probably make the NFL
Well,
roster in the end, right?
Sure. The problem is they're all playing against each other, right? So they're all competitive levels. So you really don't know who really stands out. You know what I mean? So even if you got the best running back in the league, you don't know where he's the best running back in what level. So if those are NFL caliber players,
Well,
then that guy might.
in the UFL.
What's that?
They're not. That's why they're in the UFL.
Well, that's what I would think too. So maybe they're the best of the D League, but again, it's pretty brutal. It almost reminds me of lower level hockey. I think they're a little more careless than they are respectful of other people's injuries and things like that.
So back to miracles, like you were saying.
Yeah. So, anyways, the miracle. Yeah. Well, anyways, like this is something I would have kept quiet. That's my point. You already got spotlight for a lot of stuff that in this position, her position. I would have kept this quiet because now she just sounds like a Looney Tune.
Well, I've seen
You
it the other
know,
way too, where people are like, believe in the miracle of healing, and the kid died. Now they're in jail because they didn't take him to the doctor.
well, sure, sure.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, is that a law? Do you have an obligation to take someone to get them? Like, I don't think it's the law. If you walk past somebody who's dying on the thing, I don't think you have to render aid.
But if it's your child that you're
Well,
not
sure, sure.
providing for, then I think
But you're
that.
not literally taking his life.
But you're not
What are you
providing.
required to provide, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's an interesting thing. I'm sure some lawyer will tell us, or some guy on BitChute, which I wanted to bring up too, but I can save that for the end. Just remind me before we get on here.
I
All right.
remember.
Yeah. So anyway, we're done with this one because I don't really care about this. So, anyways, it's come to this hysterical left. Why can't I read this? It's just poorly worded. It's come to this: the hysterical left launches war on their latest target, homophobic road signs.
They're
Did
taking
you
down
see
road.
this,
They're taking down. No, I'm assuming they're taking down road signs because they're offensive.
dude? This was a
Like,
U-turn sign,
you can't. What?
a no U-turn sign. It was a no U-turn sign.
Oh, I thought they were going to take down like Gay Street.
No,
Oh,
no. It was a no U-turn sign that they literally said was put up back in the day because people were using the U-turn to go to some gay bar or something. So the homophobes put it up so they couldn't make a U-turn to go to the gay bar.
let's go to the next road and do it.
These people are losing their mind, dude. They are really, there's a mental health crisis in this country that's unbelievable. It explains why everybody's on vape and fentanyl and all that stuff. These people are crazy, dude. Even if that was true, nobody today even knows about it. If I drove down that
So
road, I'd have no
obviously,
idea.
well, you might
Huh?
not, but somebody does.
Well, I saw the guy that the interviewed that did the sign. He had to find the history out. He didn't know about it. Somebody
Someone
told
did.
him.
Someone
Yeah,
did.
they could have probably made it up too. And even if it's not made up, so what? If you just shut your mouth, just like all these statues.
So what did they do? Take it down or what?
Yes, the guy, and to me, I thought that was I don't know if there was a state official. I don't know if that was an official person or just a citizen. But if it was a citizen, I think that's a crime.
You can't remove state
Yeah, I
signs.
think that's a crime. These people are losing it, dude. They're losing their minds.
Was it for safety at all?
I don't know. Maybe it was put up for safety. No U-turns. I don't know. I don't know the road. I didn't read that far into it, but it doesn't matter. The point is, if it's not needed, it's not needed. Believe me, there's a lot of not needed. Our town has this stop sign. Excuse me, stop sign infatuation. Every town wants a new stop sign or speed bump. They don't realize that everyone's speeding. So, anyways, but yeah, this is ridiculous and it's getting carried away. What's
Well,
next, dude? What's next?
talk about ridiculous.
Texas Democrat arrested for sending himself bogus racist messages.
Good for you for getting caught, dummy. You want to be part of this movement, part of this whatever it is that, and then you get caught because you're really a racist yourself, probably.
Well, so my first question is when was this going to stop? Like, when is this stuff going to stop?
So is he still a Democrat?
Of
Well,
course, dude. You could pull
well,
a fire
no,
alarm. You
it
can,
doesn't. It doesn't say this is a Texas Democrat. It doesn't say
right? Doesn't
if
say if
they're
it's a
actually.
politician, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Could just be a regular person who's a Democrat living in Texas. I get it. But the point is when is it going to stop? But you know what? I'll tell you when it's going to stop. It's going to stop when we stop incentivizing this crap. When we stop letting criminals do criminal things and then get shot by police and let these people sue the police because they happen to get killed doing their criminal things. That's what happens. Think about it. The whole George Floyd movement now. It's all about that. You let your crackhead cousin, brother, son. I mean, it was another one I saw recently. Some guy they're suing these people because the guy had a gun on him. He was brandishing the gun before the cops got there. Then was trying to leave or something, put the gun in his pants. Then he refused to comply with the police. They tasered him. Somehow the gun came out or he brought it out. I don't know. And then he starts running with this gun in his hand through this crowd of people. He ends up getting shot and killed. And now you got the parents like, dude, I got kids too. And my kid acted like that. And it was a grown ass man, though. But the kid or the guy, the father, the family called the police. They knew the kid was having mental problems, and you let him leave the house with a gun. You let them in, you let your own child carry a gun, and you want society to be to blame for what he does.
I can't take responsibility for my own actions. Come on.
Are you kidding? Right? Well, come on. He's mentally insane. Who cares if he shot 30 people in a mall? He's mentally insane. Because, see, that's the problem. If the tables would have been turned and that guy went and shot 12 people, you think that father would have been like, oh, yeah, my son's bad. Yeah, yeah. No, he'd done the same damn thing just defending his son. But now he gets to sue the city and the cop and get paid. I guarantee you they'll settle. He'll get paid because his son went out, committed a crime, and got killed. It's got to stop, dude. It's just got to stop. Stop paying these people.
Judges, it comes down. Well, it comes down to people, lawyers, one taking the case, and judges issuing.
It's society too, dude. It's society. There's
you
peer pressure. There's societal pressure. You know what I mean? Just like people, the whole racism thing, and they show the stats, and it's just society. And at the end of the day, it falls back to what I said earlier: good and evil. It's everywhere we look now. There is no standard. You bring your own standard. That's it. If there was one standard, obviously everything's got exceptions. We know that. That's why we do the laws. That's why we create all these exceptions and things like that. But you and I both know an exception for being a certain color is not an exception. An exception for, a crime of passion, we've all agreed that there is some room for wiggle room there for that. You know what I mean? If you're in the heat of the moment, we understand most people can't control their initial emotions in that moment. Doesn't really mean you should be forgiven for murdering somebody, but if you happen to walk in on your wife and some other dude, they excuse that. They give you some sort of grace and leeway. Now, as a society, we got to agree with that. Is that something we can all agree with? But when you are a criminal and you go out and do criminal things and you lead the cops down the force continuum and you end up dead, you should not receive a dime. I don't care how that works out, because just as the police had so many levels to go, you had this many decisions to make. Yeah. And it was only one decision. All you had to do is stop and comply. All the way. Stop and comply, stop and comply, stop and comply, stop it, and you would not have been shot and killed. It's not hard. We give you one choice. We as society, not just police, give you one choice. Stop and comply. And guess what? If you stop and comply and the police wrongfully shoot you, guess what, Dad? This whole country will be on your side and you will be getting a payday. And that cop should get fired and put in jail. But no, you want to pretend that your children are these upstanding citizens that just had a mental breakdown carrying a gun. What? I think I've carried a gun most days of my life and even had mental breakdowns. Never to that level. Never to that level. And if I did, I sure as heck wouldn't have a gun, because then I wouldn't know what I'd do. But I guarantee you, these people keep pressing on my life and my family. Those mental breakdowns won't be mental. They'll just be breakdowns. Breaking down that slide. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, you get what I'm saying? This stuff's got to stop, dude. This whole arresting kids speeding or skidding on these gender sidewalks and then letting people denigrating our statues walk. You saw that? You know that little gay flag thing they put on the road? Every time somebody squids or puts a mark on it, they arrest them.
What is that?
Hate crime. It's in San Francisco or something, I think. One of those places over there. And then all of a sudden they have this big thing up at Washington. All these, these free Palestine freaks show up and they start painting and desecrating the monuments, and they don't get arrested. Like, come on, man! It's just even monkeys. They have a study. Even monkeys know fairness. They know when things are not fair. So you think letting people who think they're not being treated fairly treat other people unfairly is the answer? You're mistaken. Just like you go back to, I think we did the headline before with the draft. People know equality. If you want equality, then it's got to be equality. If you don't want to, if you want fairness, doesn't matter. It's got to be fair for everyone. I'm just ranting. Dude, you're like getting your phone asleep on me. Was that the last headline?
Oh, I'm waking now. Yeah, it was.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess then we'll call it a show. I think we've been running oldies pretty late. I don't know what it is, man. I'm sweating in here. It's getting hot over here.
It's getting hot in here.
No thanks. That's good.
Oh.
All right. But anyways, Nate, thanks for showing up again. Thank you all for tuning in. I still feel like I'm forgetting something. But anyways, we'll leave it next episode if I have to. Oh, the bit shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome.
So a couple uploads ago or whatever, I had a hard time uploading the bit shoot. And I'm just starting to think there's something wrong with the system. I don't know. And I do really appreciate you BitChute subscribers. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to give maybe 3 more episodes because we're at like 400. I think we're over 400 if you count the extras. But I'm going to give it a couple more episodes. I've said this before, but I'm really losing my patience. And the only people involved, I think, is Johnny's second account and all those haters. I'm talking about the Jewish people hating, and
Yeah.
those are the only people replying. And I don't mind having a conversation, but they're just trolls. They're not having a conversation. They're just standing on a pedestal and trying to preach to us, calling us stupid and whatever. I don't really care about your opinion because ours is the only ones that are right. But yeah, so I'm just giving a warning right now to all the BitChute followers. If you do want to continue to follow us, just move on over to Rumble because that's probably where we're going to remain, and that's probably where we're going to end up exclusively if this stuff continues. So, but in the meantime, send us all your money so we can keep bringing this for free, which we've done for 400 episodes in probably 3 years. I think something, right? I think
It's
it's
been a while.
3 years. Yeah,
At least more than 3
something like
years.
that. I think I've been on BitChute for like 3 years. But anyways, so that is all for this episode. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, all that stuff. I'm still rambling. Until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.